My name is Alex Mendham and I run an 11-piece dance orchestra. We play the music of the 20s and 30s and we perform at the Savoy Hotel for their dinner dances at the end of each month, and it's been fantastic while we've been here so far, and we're really generating a big following. I think in the past every hotel would have had an orchestra, a resident orchestra, and they would have had dinner dances or tea dances, but that's not often the case anymore. So I think the Savoy Hotel is probably the first hotel in London that's made that step, and they've brought us in to revive this past tradition. I think dancing is becoming a lot more popular, especially social dancing, swing dancing, Lindy Hop, Balboa, waltzes, and I think this dinner dance, or the hotel dinner dances, is just an extension of that. And with period programs coming out like Downton Abbey or Boardwalk Empire, I think people are much more willing to go and give things like that a try. I think my orchestra is different from a lot of orchestras out there at the moment, in the sense that all of our equipment is original. The music we play is from the period, often original manuscripts that are sometimes falling apart. Our tuxedos, our tailcoats, everything is of the period, instruments, and I think that all equates to a much rounder experience, and I think that's what people want now. They don't just want to go out to have a dance or to have a meal, they want to have an experience, and I think that's what we provide with the orchestra. The Savoy has had a fantastic history of dance bands playing in their foyer and in what used to be the old ballroom. So we had bands like Carol Gibbons and his orchestra playing, who, along with his band, the Savoy Orpheans, really led the way for other orchestras. So other hotels started to then jump on board, and then they started then having hotel bands, and then a whole era of hotel bands sprung up. But the Savoy was really the birthplace of all of that. And they had, of course, Carol Gibbons, but then they also had visiting bands. So Gus Arnheim from California with his orchestra, and even Paul Whiteman. So, they really led the way with encouraging bands to come and play. The orchestra plays in a prime location within the hotel. We're right in the centre, in the heart, in the Thames foyer, in the gazebo. It's a beautiful, beautiful space, and they set up a dance floor. And we also play New Year's Eve in the Lancaster Ballroom. Typically at a dinner dance, we start playing at 8:30, but the policy is music until midnight. So we play 3 sets. The first 2 sets are maybe a little bit more sedate, so while people are eating their dinner, maybe have a waltz or two. But then towards the final set, leading up to midnight, the guys in the band get a little bit more heated and the music gets a bit more, we ramp the energy up, so it's almost like, but by the time the music's finished, it's almost like New Year's Eve, but once a month for the dinner dances. A lot of the things we play you would recognise, so things like Fred Astaire and Ginger Rogers numbers, Top Hat, White Tie and Towels, and things like Happy Feet. They're all in there, but we also have a speciality of digging out things that you might not have heard before. So the Savoy, for instance, had a theme tune written by Carol Gibbons, the pianist at the Savoy, called On the Air, and we found the original manuscript and we've revived that number, so you'll hear that. So if you come to a dinner dance, you will hear things that you recognise and that you'll love, but you'll also hear things that are fantastic that you've never heard before, but you'll only hear them if you do come to the Savoy to hear the orchestra. And that's one of the key points for our band. We play things that you would never have heard before, but are still fantastic. A lot of people ask me, do I have to be a good dancer to come along to the dinner dances? The answer is no, you don't. If you're just a very basic dancer, we play music to accommodate, but if you're a fantastic dancer, we have things that can test you. But a lot of people say, do I have to dance at all? So no, you don't. We put on a show, so it's not just about dancing, it's about enjoying the meal, enjoying the afters, enjoying the drink, but more importantly, enjoying the show that we put on, because it's always a fantastic show. And I can't think of another place in the world right now where you can come and dance to the music of the 20s and 30s from an authentic 11-piece band.
She has mine, gosh, the girl's ideal. Isn't she cute? Isn't she sweet? And I fully die full of pleasure to meet.
I'm sure that there are no places really in the world left that you can go and hear an 11-piece dance orchestra play the music of the 20s and 30s authentically on original instruments. It is an experience. that you're not going to have anywhere else. So definitely book in advance, because it's always a sellout. In the Thames Foyer, it's very hard to get a seat when we're playing. So either go on the website alexmendham.com or the Savoy's website, and there are booking details on there. But definitely book ahead, because it's one of those things that you're not going to experience anywhere else.